We took our security program that was doing tactical stuff and shooting from vehicles and all kinds of really cool, fun stuff. And we took away some of the real dangerous stuff and offered it to the general public, and they're going crazy over it. They love it. How to avoid getting carjacked. What happens if this happens? Most of what we teach in rallying is the same as what we do with any driver's training, is getting people to visualize how they would respond in every situation. So, not just how to change a flat tire, but what you get in a skid, you know? Okay, well, if a moose steps out in front of you, most people say it's like, what's a moose, you know? Well, when you see one, you're gonna know.
Yeah, those 4 trees in front of you?
Yeah, the 4 brown sticks, yeah. So it's like, let off the gas and slam on the brakes, and while you're braking, you're looking for an option. Okay, the back looks better than the front, so I think I'm gonna look that way, and then I'm gonna let off the brakes and steering back. Get people to see what they should do in their own mind. That's what we do in rallying. What do? You come around the corner and you see somebody's upside down, nobody's got out of the vehicle. What do you do in this situation? What do you do in that situation? You imagine, before we let you out in a rally, you pretty much visualize every scenario, so then when it happens, you just do it automatically. People want that now. And that's the direction that the rally driving school is going with the videos and a lot of these how-to. Because there's a lot of this stuff, like, I don't know how many views I got on the one, me changing brakes on my RS. It's like, it's simple, take off this. My wife was looking at it, like, we watched this for like 10 minutes. It's like, thousands of people love this stuff. We're all kind of geeks, we're all motorheads. We all love doing this type of thing. And I feel that some of the videos people are asking about are stuff that I just thought everybody knew. And I'm always stunned by that. I really think my mechanic spiel started with, I was trying to teach some security guys about the clutch. And it's like, I think I yelled at this one big guy, and I'm like, stop slipping the clutch. And he said, what's a clutch? I'm like, shit, man. Or I said, differential, you messed up the differential. What's the differential? Everybody, right in here, right now, here's a differential. Here's a clutch. Immediately, not a one slipped the clutch. The next class, the same thing. And I saved myself, I don't know how much money by teaching people. Rub your hands together, see how it gets hot, that's what you're doing, and this little disc, and this little thing, and this drives this, and this is the spinning thing that goes in there, and this engine speed, road speed. They don't know. No, they want to know. But I will say that we had a whole busload of Germans show up. And these were the happiest, you know, see happy Germans? I mean, you couldn't really tell because they weren't smiling, but inside, they were just like, this is so cool. They hadn't seen these cars on the road forever, because in Germany, they take them right off the road, it's 100,000 miles, not safe. So, they were so happy. They're coming back with more people. I'm like, oh, I hope they're still running.
When's the best season? What is the best season to come to class?
Well, we're open all year long. I mean, there's a, well, it depends on what you want to get. If you just want to have fun, come in the summertime, it's grippy, you can make mistakes and get away with it. In the wintertime, you've got to pay attention and plan ahead. You know, it's like anything. Winter driving is trickier, so you're going to brake earlier and smoother and get on the gas earlier or less, or, it just seems like the security guys have already figured out they come the first time in the summer, the second time in the winter. So that rough them out, get pretty good, understand the basics, and then when they come back in the winter, it's not so difficult. But for me, I think wintertime better.
So you've been in business for about 15 years with the rally school and stuff, and that's
yeah, 20, yeah.
20, okay, 20, yeah, and some pretty high-profile drivers. Do you have any memorable stories that stand out?
I have a lot of them.
In particular.
Some that I suppressed.
Yeah. Some of the more expensive.
So before this, I was a mechanic, and I built a garage to go racing. Then racing wore me out. No. Being a mechanic wore me out. My shoulders, back, and neck. So I built a driving school. So when that started making enough money, then I sold my garage. So I tend to build one business, do that, make some money, then kind of dream of what I really want to do and keep doing that. So when I first started, I actually got into this when the garage business wore me out, and I went to England for a while, little midlife crisis thing, and traveled the globe, and needed to work because, you know, being penniless and homeless in a foreign country is kind of a challenge. So this guy's like, hey, can you do off-road driving? I'm like, sure. So I'm in England, and they have these new, I don't know what, they call them Mavericks. They were like Nissan SUVs. And we had these tours that would come through, and the ride and drives, and they'd have 3,000 people come to Princess Diana's castle, and we had a little off-road course, and we did that all day. So that's kind of how I got into teaching, other than I used to teach for Lance, and all the top teams would have me coach their drivers. But it was just kind of a thing I did. I didn't really think too much of it. But when I was over there teaching these students, people would say, wow, that's pretty good. You know, I've been coming on these ride and drives for years, and it's like, I get it now. You said it to me, however you said it, it made it click. So that was kind of my motivation to be a driving instructor full time, is that I had people tell me I had that way, whatever. I didn't get rattled when they were like about to kill me. Because that's really what it is. It's somebody, every day somebody's trying to kill you. They don't mean to be. I mean, they're trying to do the best they can, but if you don't talk faster, you're going to have a real problem. So, and it's a great life, don't get me wrong. It's just not for everybody. So,
Your life insurance policy, you still have one?
actually, I can't get it. I think I can. I'm not sure about that. No, after you've had cancer and a few other things, yeah, they say no.
Okay.
So when I first started, I came back from a lot of that, and it was a lot of fun. Oh, I wanted one more story. When I was doing that, they said finally, after about 2 months of that, they said, okay, this is done. We're going to stop doing this now. You go over there and see that guy. He's got something for you. And I'm like, oh man, you know, after my fun, this is over. I knew it was just couldn't get any better than that, right? Paying you big bucks, traveling around the world, you know, whatever. All right, go see this guy Bob. So I go over there. He's saying, okay, go pick one of those cars. You're going to have that car for 2 weeks. I mean, these cars over here, right? Escort Cosworths lined up along there. So one of these cars over here, like, you know, the white one, like, I couldn't believe it. That was the most memorable thing for me. When I thought my dream job was done, it just got better. And that was interesting because they had us driving with regular people on the road, and that was the first time I'd done that. And especially being the other side, right? Which is, so then, you know, normally you get all different kinds of people, and you only have a matter of a few minutes. This guy gonna kill me? Is he responsible? And so it's like, okay, so, and I remember a couple of times, you know, one guy, he's like, you know, 35 years old, and he's like really cool, and you know, I'll take it easy if you don't mind. I'll go a little faster. No, I don't mind. You're doing all right. I'll go a little faster. Finally, this guy's doing like 120 down this little narrow lane, and he's doing so well, and I was so surprised. He was such a great driver, and he was like, no, I'm just a regular guy. He wasn't a rally driver or anything. But to meet the people, and it's like every once in a while, it's really funny to, you never know who's got it and who doesn't. You think you could watch them when they walk in, but the best one was, I remember this lady coming to the driving school for the safe school. We have a winter safe school. One day, you bring your own car. Mostly people that are scared of getting into a skid. Most of them have had accidents before, and they have post-traumatic stress. So this one lady, her husband or somebody sent her there, and we were talking in the classroom, and we said something about getting into a skid. She's like, what? You said we're going to get in a skid today? Oh, I don't think so. She was freaked out. And it was like, you couldn't get her the classroom up. She was not going to go out there because she knew that today she was going to get in another skid. Well, I'm pretty smooth. No problem. You know, we don't have to get in a skid if you don't want to, you know. Pretty soon she's in the car. By the end of the day, we have this collimation. After we do individual exercises, then we have this whole big long loop of uphill and downhill and around the corner and everything. She's out there sliding sideways, the window down. Hey, Mr. Jordan. She's that in this minivan. I was so impressed. But that's what we do in the winter state. It happens all the time. Every once in a while, you know, it's this little squeaky lady, and she's like, well, I don't know, I never drove a standard. By the end of the day, she's banging gears and throttling around. My sister-in-law, the most conservative person I ever met in my life, put her in a BMW. I couldn't believe, watch her giggling like a teenager, flat out, everywhere. Every once in a while, you meet somebody. I remember another guy from Vermont. This guy come in with an old hat and everything. He looked like an old farmer and everything. Didn't know anything about rally driving or anything like that, and he got in there and he just came right into it. He learned so fast. I could not believe how good this guy was. And I'm like, what do you do for excitement? Where? Well, he didn't want to talk about it. Well, apparently that's what he does, is race on back roads of Vermont all the time. It's really surprising to see.
You never know.
You can't figure it out like that. It's good fun times.
Well, people ask why Quebec drivers tend to be so good. Well, it's just because they survived through their teen years on those roads in Quebec. They're far ahead of most people.
How do you get good at getting out of emergencies, right? You're in a lot of emergencies.
Yeah.
That's the only way to get good at it. But it's the same thing. You've thought about each one of these situations and you have a plan.